Hi there, I'm Dr. Octopus and welcome to Jay's Toy Collection UK. Hi there and welcome to Jay's Toy Collection UK for another action figure review. This side of Christmas, the postman has been very kind to me because thanks to Star Action Figures here in the UK and quite the quick Royal Mail service, Doc Ock has arrived and joined the collection in time for Christmas, along with his wave mate, of course, the other deluxe green Goblin figure. Now, Toby and Andrew, you can see behind, they've been waiting here a few weeks for the villains to turn up. Tom's he's already loose in the display, so at the end of the video we'll get all these figures placed and into the action figure display. But the main focus today really is Dr. Otto Octavius himself, Doc Ock from No Way Home, or as the box says, Spiderman 2, I'm assuming due to licensing issues. So he is going to be the main focus, but we will of course do comparisons to everything else today. So let's take a closer look. Right, we'll take a closer look then at the front of the box. As you can see, this is one of the deluxe releases, so it's in a bigger box, but it is still in the actual cardboard itself. It is no display window on this one, so there's something that might change into 2024 as we get more back into the actual window box packaging. Down the one side of the box then we get a closer look at potentially a digital render of the figure itself. Pretty much the same on the other side, just a different pose with a Marvel Legends logo at the top. At the very top we get the Spider-Man symbol, and on the back you get the sort of figure layout. So there's Doc Ock, his tentacles attached. Looks like you've potentially got interchangeable sort of tentacle pieces there on the side. Maybe that's going to help him try and stand up, because I think he is supposed to be able to actually stand on his tentacles. So we will find out, and it looks like you're going to get a couple of interchangeable hands. So let's get this bad boy open. I know you've all been waiting for this moment. Of course, it's going to happen. It is Jay's Toy Collection UK. So in we go, and it is, of course, time. Get your hashtags ready. In we go to hashtag flip open the flap. And it was a bit of a letdown, that one. Not much of a flap there to open. And Doc Ock being, looks like it plastic 3, so he is in the old cardboard coffin, and quite the shape they've come up with this time. We are then presented with 2 bags. We've got large bag, and we have small bags, so let's see what's inside them. Right, we'll start with what was in a small bag then, and that is just the interchangeable hand sculpts there. So you've just got the open hands in the brown glove, and you can see a bit of the glove sort of lining and pattern on there. And then we've got the base of the tentacles, the little hands of the tentacles, if you will. Now these ones are not articulated, and they are quite the large splayed out ones, so I'm going to assume these are for some form of standing. They're done in sort of gunmetal grey. It's quite shiny, doesn't appear to have any paint on it as far as I can tell, but it is done in quite a nice shiny gunmetal colour. And then again we have non-articulated tentacle hand pieces. You do get a pair here, and you've got a bit of the red paint app in the middle, like the eye of the hand, because these things of course do come to life in the film. And you've got the peg hole there on the back, so you get a pair of those, and that's what was in the small bag. Right, so in the large bag we've got the actual figure of Doc Ock himself, and I am pleased to report that the tentacles are actually already attached to the figure in the box. So I thought I was going to have to piddle about in this video trying to attach these in, heat them up and get them in, but they're already attached, so that is a bit of a Bertie bonus. But one thing you can tell, they do not have the claws on, basically. You're going to have to attach those yourself. And by the looks of the box, there should be some other claws, so either I'm missing them, or there is a third bag, so I'm going to have to do a quick bit of investigation. Right then, helpful tip for the community here. There is a third bag. It is sellotaped to the side of the box here. So I'm thinking there is more sort of hand claws in there. So don't make the same mistake as me. Check your sides, people. And yes, I can confirm that in the third bag are the articulated versions of the sort of pincers there. So these, as you can see here, just come in, fully fold in, and you can make the little triangular shape out of these. So these are going to attach to the top tentacles, and then the ones we saw on the other bag will be going on the bottom. So let me try and get these on, and we'll take a closer look at Doc Ock. Right, as I start to move these, I thought I'd just put the camera on, because these are extremely stiff. So I suppose that's quite a good thing. These are going to be solid, and I think they are going to be solid enough to hold the weight. But when you articulate them, Just be careful in your bending. I haven't heated this at all. This is straight out the packaging, and it is very, very stiff. So do be careful with your bendy wire as you move it. Maybe some heat will be required, but so far, very, very sturdy indeed. Right, now the claws go on literally smooth as anything. Smooth like butter. You just push that down, and easy insertion. Well, as you can see from the ominous shadow, this was not quite where I was intending to go in the video, but this is what's happened. So look at this fella. He is standing up on 2 tentacles. So I've just putting the end pieces on, just articulating the tentacles a bit. Thought I'll just see if he stand up, and straight away, fresh out the box, Doc Ock will stand on his tentacles. Look at that. So that is mighty impressive. Now balance might be a bit of an issue. You've got to get the balance right and get the legs sort of splayed out as correct as you can, but he easily stands. These are extremely strong tentacles. I can't express how strong this bendy wire is. It's much better than the one that came in the animated version of Doc Ock, so you should have some real fun doing some poses with this fella. So let's try and take a closer look at him. Let's get right in closer and take a look at Doc Ock. So, of course, as portrayed by Alfred Molina in Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man No Way Home. And in hand, the face sculpt is much better than I was first thinking. The digital renders on the box, I didn't think it looks much like Alfred Molina. Even Hot Toys had a problem with his likeness, which put me off that version. But for Marvel Legend, it's pretty good. So that is the face sculpt there. Down to the body, so we've got some nice textures on the black jumper there. You've got his green overcoat with this sort of brown lab coat underneath as well. So you do have the sort of two-tone of the jacket there, down to some brown shoes. And you can see all of the detailing there. So he is looking pretty good. So let's take a look at the back of him. And here is the back lens. So you've got the back of his sort of wavy hair sculpt there. And you can see where the tentacles plug in. They have ripped through the jacket and they've taken over his mind. And they've been sculpted really well, so it does look really, really nice. So I'm actually quite impressed with this one. I've tried to back away from the MCU, and this probably will be my last ever MCU figures. But I'm going out with a bang, so as long as Green Goblin and the Spiderman are as good as this, it's a good way to end for me. Right, I'm going to attempt articulation, because I've got to have it so far away from the camera because his tentacles are so long. We'll see how we get on. So with the head then, we get a full 360, no problem at all. Not a lot of down. He does stop below the turtleneck. Oh, but a bucket ton of up. You get quite a lot of up. So that's good if you're going to have him climbing up a building or something, chasing Spider-Man around. That'll be quite good to use. And you've got a little bit of the Michael Myers, a little bit of the side pivot there. In terms of the arms, you'll get the full 360. You've got the bicep swivel, and we've got a single, but quite a deep single. So that's quite a deep single jointed elbow there. So I suppose double would be better, but actually for a single, that's pretty good. Now the torso, you're not going to get a thing in the torso. The way the tentacles are attached at the back, there's nothing cut in there, and there's no waist twist either. So you're not going to get a thing at the torso. Legs, your standard Marvel Legends pinless legs, really. If I can get them in camera shot, they're going to be double jointed. If I can get them to work, there you go. The bottom one moves just about all right there, so you'll be able to do some leg. Oh, there you go. Actually, there you go. Look. I'm Junior D Amazing or something. My goodness, now my posing is terrible. But look at that. You could just some simple bit of movement, and you can get him almost like he's crawling away. Help! Look at that. I've entertained myself at least. That's a bonus. So articulation, pretty good there. And the tentacles, of course, these are full bendy wire tentacles. Now they have got a bit easier to manipulate as they've got warmer as I play with them more. So you'll get quite a lot out of that. And you can do the full pincer movement on there. And I've also swapped out the bottom versions there. So that is articulation. What I want to do here, if I can just hold them still, is actually show you that the glasses are actually sort of semi-translucent there, kind of opaque glasses. So you can see through the glasses into the actual eye sculpt. So I have to turn the light settings right up and bringing them really close, but you can see with the photoreal printing there, you can see underneath them. So that's a really close look at the head sculpt, and I think is pretty good. If I do a bit of a twist there and get a sort of side profile as well. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to lie. I've just been posing this thing around for about 10 minutes. Having an absolute blast. I've been having the time of my life fiddling with this. I have loved Spider-Man 2 for absolute years. It's been, and even is still to this day, my favourite Spider-Man film. And I love Alfred Molina, Doc Ock. Now, I've come up with some sort of three-legged pose here to really balance him, because I think this is going to be my permanent shelf pose. So I wanted to add some extra stability there so he doesn't take the shelf out. And just with a simple bend of the knee, a raise of the fist, he's coming to get you. And I'm having an absolute, as I say, absolute ball with this thing. So far, yeah, I highly recommend it. The tentacles are really, really good. They are so strong. They are done in that gun metal grey. And yeah, this figure's brilliant, ladies and gentlemen. Right then, here is your comparison shot. So Tom is from the 3-pack. He was already open because I bought him loose on eBay, because I didn't want the version from the sort of final swing. I wanted the integrated suit version there. And I've just opened Norman. So we will take a closer look at the Green Goblin then. So it's a great Willem Dafoe head sculpt here on the figure in his modern Goblin costume. Very shiny metallic we've got on the green, all sorts of detailing. It does come with the flight stand and the original sort of Sam Raimi head sculpt, which will be nicely on the shelf. I would advise to heat up the ball joint there to get the glider on. It did take me a good bit of heat to get the glider attached, but there is a look at the Goblin, and there are the two villains together, the Goblin and Doc Ock. And I must say they do look fantastic together. I'm already having, I think these are not going to fit on my Marvel Legends MCU shelf, so we're going to have a bit of a rejig in the next section of the video, because they are not going to fit. And there is as I say, Tom Holland, and I can bring Tom underneath, you can see, and you can actually get a little pose like that of Doc Ock above Tom Holland. So yeah, these tentacles are fantastic. If I get a better shot there, yeah, pretty impressed. So yeah, Marvel Legends have impressed me this time of year, this most festive time of year. Now I don't think I want to open Andrew. I kind of want to pose all three Spideys together, but I do like Andrew back there on card, so that I don't know. I think I'm going to go open let's go open Tobey Maguire. And there we go, there are everybody together. So Tobey Maguire front and centre. Don't think his head sculpt's quite as good as the Willem Dafoe or the Alfred Molina head sculpts there, but there is Toby, Tom, Andrew's in the background. I can't bring myself to open Andrew, and there they are then. So they are looking fantastic together. So I suppose I better go and try and do the painful thing. Normally the fun bit is getting them in a toy room, but I just know they're not going to fit. Right, we've made it down to the toy room then, and as you'll be able to see, that is the gap I've got left to complete my MCU shelf. And if I just grab Doc Ock a second, you will see not a chance, not an actual chance is this going to fit in there, especially with the Green Goblin as well. So if I go around the corner of the unit there, you will see what I have remaining of the MCU. So I sold a lot of my MCU collections to fund the others, but I kept the essentials, stuff from Iron Man, Avengers, Age of Ultron, Winter Soldier, Infinity War, Endgame, and everything Spidey related remains there. So I left one gap to finish it off with No Way Home. So I've been waiting quite a while since No Way Home has been out to finish this shelf off, but they're not going to fit, so I'm going to have to do a bit of rearranging here to get these in. Ladies and gentlemen, creative rearranging. So I have managed to get them on the shelf. So let's take a closer look at how I've done it. So a lot of rearranging at the back of the shelf there. So Doc Ock is now in front of the portal. Doctor Strange is in there. So he's standing on his tentacles there, with one just coming out of the side. Tobey Maguire has taken his place at the front, along with the sort of black suit from earlier in the film of Tom Holland, which I have done a bit of customizing on. I used the nail polish remover to remove the red, so we've got a more accurate looking black suit version. And then the final suit, Tom is there, so I do have room right there for Andrew, if I can bring myself to open him on the card. But for now, he is in the Marvel Legends wardrobe in the mint on card section. So they're all in, and as you can see, that shelf is now full. So for me, that is it, ladies and gentlemen, with the MCU. I am complete with the MCU, so I can just sit back and enjoy the shelf and not worrying about picking any more up. I say that, I'm already thinking, could probably get the Sandman, couldn't I? And what they do, Electro, I can probably fit him in there. So any more No Way Home villains to come, then potentially, with a little bit of creative rearranging, that's the term of the day, I might be able to fit them in. So in the comments below, let me know your favourite Spider-Man film from all of the films we've had over the years with Spidey in. For me, it is Spider-Man 2, and there is Doc Ock representing that film. So that's the review, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I've actually really enjoyed this one for once, so I had a nice bit of time. It can be quite difficult doing reviews. I try and do it in a few takes as possible, but I have had a great time playing with the figure. So he is on the shelf. And that is it. So there might be some more reviews to come before Christmas. I have some new wrestling figures in, so AEW fans, stick around for that. And there'll also be a special video up on Christmas Day, so do check out the Christmas Day video. But if you could hit that like button, that'd be much appreciated. And of course, if you're new here, do hit that subscribe button. So ladies and gentlemen, I've been Jay. This has been Jay's Toy Collection UK. Until next video, I'll see you later.